Welcome everybody. Welcome Shell, welcome Stephen, welcome Pat and Car. We'll get a couple of minutes till everybody gets in, folks. Okie dokie. They're coming in the new anyway. Welcome everybody. Welcome Stefan. I'm glad you could get in tonight. I take it you're not working late. Some of the guys look guys, tonight we have got Night Owls Paranormal. We have got Chris Moon. And I'll let you introduce yourselves. In fact, guys, if you want to just introduce.
Hi, guys. I'm Chris, the owner of Night Owls Paranormal.
I'm Shaz. I'm the co-owner of Night Owls Paranormal.
And I'm Richard. I'm the owner of Night Owls Paranormal Camera Number 2.
Yep. Welcome in, guys. I don't know if you remember or no, Shell, you maybe remember because you've been my best pal forever. Do you remember a couple of years back I told you I was going to interview Chris and something happened that I didn't get round to doing it? I don't even know what it was. My part or his part, I don't know. Internet probably. But way back then I remember it was... See,
I think I remember it, but I can't remember what it was actually, what actually happened. But yeah, something happened and I went to cancel it. Yeah.
I remember a way back I disappeared from Facebook for a while. Have you always been in Facebook and YouTube, or was it just Facebook at one point?
Yes, I've always been on Facebook,
Yeah, because I disappeared from Facebook for a while, so I think that's what kind of made me stop watching or whatever, because I got fed up with all the Facebook drama with all the paranormal teams and I just stuck to YouTube for a long time.
Yeah, because you can get too much content. It could... Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So, guys, I have no. So the last couple of weeks, I've been noticing that you have been going around with Moxley and things. That's what made me focus back on you guys again. And I must admit, I'm glad I did, because you have kept going. For how long have you been going, Chris?
Roughly now about probably 7 years on YouTube.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's very rare to see a channel last that long, especially these days. As I was saying to you before we went live, what usually happens, and a lot of the time people get fed up with their channel and they'll close it down, or something will happen and they'll just give up. But I love it when I go in to start researching teams, and I love it when I see their channels kept going as far as your guys have. I mean, you are way back 7 years on your channel. And it's great, as I was telling you, to see your progress along the way. So just for everybody that's not did that, do you want to tell us a bit about how you get started in this?
Yeah, well, I've always had experiences when I was a child. Well, it was kind of bizarre when it was actually what went on TV for, that I was dragged out of a bed by my monk guide. But back then, I didn't know as a child that or what it was, and he was I just remember being on the floor. You know, he's dragged me out of bed, and then he turned around to me and he said, "I've dragged you out of bed because there was a demon next to you, and they had to get rid of it." So this is kind of weird, but yeah. So as a child, you can imagine when you're 5 years old and you hear that, and I was hysterical, you know, but it's like always, I was always scared of it as a child, you know what I mean? Because you don't know about it, do you? And then as I got older, I used to get older, like questioned it, well, obviously, what is it? Or, these spirits that I'm seeing.
Yeah, you start seeking answers. Mm-hmm.
Exactly, that's when you start seeking the answers, and there's more to it. You know what I mean? And, so that's how I actually got into it, through that. And he actually does show up on my investigations that we do. And he'll come out and he can say Fred through the ghost box, and I know he's there. But
do you think he's one of your guides then, Chris? He's a monk, am I correct? He's a monk that... To let you understand, guys, do you remember I shared a clip on the YouTube channel the other day? It was actually Chris. What programme was that you were on? You made it to, was it Ghost Chasers? Ghost Brothers or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, Fright Club with Jack Osborne and Ghost Brothers. That was it. So
what happened in that video? Was that your guide that turned up, the monk?
Yes, that was it. That was at Edgerton Hotel, and I was just filming in the, this room,
He thought it was a Grim Reaper, didn't he?
Yeah, and I started playing the strobe on the torch, put the strobe on the torch, like having a rave. Rave.
But
Because I know it works. And then they asked the spirits, like, show yourself in this beacon of light. And as I said that, he just literally manifested himself and shown himself. And but what was amazing afterwards on the ghost box, it did say, "Help me." And you could hear that, but I don't think that was him. I think that was another spirit
trying to mimic him.
trying to come through. And but I don't think that was him who said that.
Right.
Yeah, I felt him around me because it's weird. I get this this feeling that I know when he's around me.
Right.
When something's probably about to happen. But yeah, other than that, you're quite bad when you're on investigations, aren't you?
Are you open, Shaz?
She's very open.
Yeah.
Very.
I seem to get affected every time we go on investigations.
Right.
Very sensitive.
I'm very sensitive.
We need to still find out Shaz's guide yet.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
But I noticed things have got the caravan and things outside. Just jump away for how he's getting into this for a minute. So
Right.
I'm not trying to be nosy or anything, but the caravan, is that outside your home, Chris?
It is, yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right. I wasn't sure if it was maybe on a location somewhere. So do you want to tell the guys about the caravan?
Yeah, so we've had some weird stuff happening there when we put all the haunted objects in there, and we've set them up. And recently I did one not so long back, and I took Angela in there.
Right.
And anyway, there was nothing, no nails in there whatsoever, and nails just started coming out the ceiling, and I actually crapped myself. You see me just freeze like that, like what the hell is that? And I take the camera over, and there's just like nails falling.
Do you find that's better then, Shaz, that you've got a place that the energies can stay in and you're left alone then?
They don't really affect you in the house as such.
No,
it's on investigations.
It's when I'm on investigations I get affected, and when I'm back home, I feel more myself, and it's more calmer.
Right.
So I don't get anything, any energies what's in the caravan or the house doesn't bother me. Apart from Angela, yeah. She's affecting me in the caravan, hasn't she?
She actually one time where all of you have said to Shaz, about doing an overnight challenge in the caravan and sleep in there with Angela. I knew it was a bad idea. I thought, no.
Everybody wanted me to do it, didn't they?
Yeah, and when Shaz literally did that, she got locked in the caravan. I couldn't even get in with the keys or nothing. And
I didn't even lock the caravan.
No.
So I left the door open, in case Chris had to come in.
Yeah.
To help me if anything happened to me. But you was watching on camera, weren't you? And the caravan was locked, and I was like going in to sleep, and then.
So I was watching it from inside the house, and I noticed there was like this white thing, like a white ball of light, and it was coming down like that, coming slow, and it was like over Shaz, and we never know what that was. At first I thought, could it be, because you try and debunk things, and I thought, could it actually be a spider or something like that? Because that's the first exactly what I thought it was, because the way it was moving and stuff like that. But what was weird, about 2 nights after, we got.
She's gone off, mate.
That's okay. It's back in, guys. It's just this computer because it's chock-a-block. Back. I'll just take
about 2 days after, Bill came down, one of our friends, and he came in the caravan, and the same object shown itself again, and we've never seen it since. And that was the same thing what was over Shaz that night.
It's weird. Whatever it was absolutely weird. I've never seen it since.
No, never seen it back since. Maybe I'll have to try another overnight challenge.
No. Because I had Angela beside me as well, didn't I? And
Yeah.
No, I won't be sleeping back in there on my own again. Learn by your mistakes.
No, exactly.
Sorry, guys, it's just this computer. I've closed everything else. Sorry, Chris. Can you hear me, pal?
Yeah.
Sorry, it's just this computer. It closed down for a second, but that's it. Back. Okay, continue your story. Sorry.
So yeah, as I was saying, this thing actually shown itself 2 days later when our friend came in the caravan, and he witnessed it, and we tried to debunk it, and we couldn't debunk it. And that, to me, I knew it was Angela. You know, the haunted dog.
Who is Angela then? Do you want to just explain a wee bit about who Angela is for the guys that's watching?
Right. Well, it was kind of weird. Angela is a haunted doll that we have, and basically she came from Cornwall, and it was weird because I wasn't actually buying Angela at the time. I was buying this other haunted doll, and anyway, it was from the same person, Mark Davis, who's owner of Ghost Adventures of Cornwall, and I turned round to him, and I got this other doll, and I said, I'm having visions of this doll in a Tesco bag buried outside in the garden near a shed. And he goes, no way. He goes, I've got a doll that I put there last week, and it was in a Tesco bag, and he was blown away by that.
Wow.
And I said, well, whatever this thing is connected to me. And that's when Angela, I got, and so obviously, I said, I must have that doll. It wants to come to me.
Yeah, it's a sign.
So that was a sign.
Yeah.
So obviously, he said, no, she's about £800. So I didn't have 800 quid on me, to pay for it all at once. So I said, and he was literally wanting to get rid of it anyway because it was crawling with negativity, he said. So he was happy to do that. And so he sent it me. But then that's when all the weird stuff started happening with Angela. Doesn't it?
It is. And it sure did.
Yeah. Is it gone back off again, has it?
Yeah, she's having issues.
Yeah, I thought so.
Technical issues. Someone else is joining.
It's okay, guys. I'll just take my other computer off. Wait and then I'll remove it. I'll do it from my phone.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's when
She's gone, mate. Hang on.
There we go.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, so Angela's a spirit that's basically in the doll then. You've got quite a few dolls though, haven't you? How many have you got?
Yeah, about 100, I would say. 100 altogether.
A school full of them.
Yeah. So when you actually do come up, you can actually come and, you see them if you want.
Yeah,
And,
definitely.
Do an investigation with us with them if you want.
That would be great. Because I noticed when I watched your channel a way back, I seen that you've got your first couple. And then and I had said that's quite good because I'm interviewing you the night that I actually seen you get your first couple of dolls. So what's the activity been like through the years then with them all that you've added on to it? Is it something, I mean, I noticed that you stay focused a lot on the dolls. Can you tell us a bit about some of their personalities?
Well, it'll take a very long time to go through every single one.
Not all of them, just the main characters.
The main one is probably Angela, and that's the one that's the most active. And Jessica and Lily, we've had the most active out of them three.
Right.
But yeah, I would go with Angela's the more powerful one.
Right.
She's the one who can turn on these EMF meters. She can flash balls on command. We've even had the shutting and opening the door on command.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you think she gets her energy then for the rest of the spirits? Do you think she's the one that kind of hogs the energy, if you like, so that she's most active?
Personally, I think she's a beacon, and she can draw other things in.
Ooh,
So yeah, she's definitely a beacon to other spirits.
right.
Because you've had some experiences while you've been here, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
Woke
Do you
up-
want to talk about them? Sometimes people don't like to say.
I'll happily talk about him. There's one night I woke up to scratches on me back, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I had 3 scratches on my back. Recently, he was giving us Dibbit box here. Well, you bought it, didn't you?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
bought it.
Off eBay. At first, I didn't think it was going to be active, but you know,
Right.
so yeah, I got it, and you know, thinking, and then the seller was being a bit dubious about it, and then he was like, "You dropped the price by a lot of money," and then I thought, then there's something got to be not right when somebody drops something like that, and so took it, and then here it is, and it's still like flashing away as we speak. And this is what we took with Moxley.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, you took the Moxley into the old chip, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow. What do you think's in it then? Do you think that it really? I mean, a lot of these things are fake. Let's face it. But do you really think that one's got a demonic spirit in it, or a twisted soul, or something? Then?
I would definitely, because even when Moxley had hold of it, it feels dead warm, and you can
Does it feel heavy? Does it feel a lot more heavy than in a normal box as well?
You can feel like, you know, the energy from it as well. And
there was a smell from it as well.
When I first opened the package, when I got it, a massive cold draft came out of it, and I was like, that's a bit weird because I never had that before. So it's definitely got something definitely attached to it.
So do you think that's what scratched you then? Was when the box came into the home, it was something that was attached to that then that scratched you, no Angela?
Yeah. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, I think so personally, and I think Angela is around this box, and she wants to get whatever's in there out, and that's what I feel.
Yeah.
What do you feel? What, you say that?
Oh. Yeah, well,
she's not doing it.
No, I wouldn't let her either.
But the couple of nights or a week, 2 weeks ago, it's probably just gone 3 a.m. I woke up to go to the toilet and I saw this shadow walking across the wall. So I thought nothing of it. I thought shadows are shadows, you know, it's something you're gonna see, or your mind's playing tricks on you like that.
Yeah.
So I do what I need to do, go back down, climb back into bed, and as soon as I lay my head down, this black shadow appears right next to me here. And I tell it, go away, I'm not interested, and on cue, boom, it went.
Wow, there you go.
Well, we've seen that black shadow around the house quite a few times.
Yes, I see it on the staircase.
Yeah. Once we were coming back from an investigation, and you know, we thought somebody was, you know, one of the lads were going to open the door, let us in.
Yeah.
And we saw this black figure come down the stairs. And after that, no, there was nobody there. It just vanished.
So was it maybe a spirit that's been already in your home then, or do you think you've brought it back for someone?
I think this could be, personally, I think it could be Angela.
Right.
She play games like that. She can.
That's sure, sir.
So yeah.
I don't know. We do have some attachments, don't we, on equipment sometimes, don't we?
But yeah, that's it.
Be careful.
I've heard footsteps somewhat like through the night, and I'm thinking, you know, it's either Chris, Shaz, or one of the lads going to the kitchen. So I sort of put my head around because I've got like a fridge here, so I put my head around and there's nobody there. The lights off.
Right.
And I can hear footsteps walking past the room.
Well, the last investigation we did was actually downstairs when we got COVID.
Yeah.
Testing positive for COVID that night as well. But yeah, we got some quite good activity on that video. And
I noticed that you have been to 30 East Drive. I've got a theory about 30 East Drive. I don't know if you watched a video that I've done or anything, but I've got a theory that 30 East Drive is like one huge portal now, as if like the spirit has already left that location and just left some sort of portal open. What do you think's in there, Chris and Shaz? Well, I can't remember your name. I do apologise. The three of you. What do you think?
Well, it was just myself who's been, and
Right.
yeah, there's something. It varies. Energy changes. 1 minute it can be active, next minute it's not, and I feel like the past can come and go and pass through. So that would make perfect sense with what you actually said.
Yeah.
So I think there's a massive portal, and things are coming and going all the time.
See, I've got a feeling that a lot of these places, like Bobby Mackey's and things, I mention a lot as well, because I think that they've got the same agenda. I think what's happened is a way back when people did first recognise the place as haunted, I feel as if there's been like an entity, a demon or something that's thought, right, this place, as you know, spirits know things that happen before we do. So I've got a feeling that they've made these portals in these places knowing fine well that it's going to attract a lot of people for the reason of either catching all the entities that's attached to people, such as your spirit guides and things, or just one huge massive portal that sucks in any spirit energy that's around. Because these places, I think, are beyond haunted, you know, it's not just a normal haunting in these places, it's more like open portals and things, all different areas in the buildings. So it was just interesting to see what you thought, East Drive. So what about your creepiest local? Each of you, I'll ask the three of you, what's been your most horrific thing that's happened spirit-wise?
No,
I don't know.
we went on a location. It was the park. This is my worst bit.
Yes, this is your worst
when we
one.
went to a park hotel
With Moxley
and Amy and some more people weren't there. Park hotel in Morecambe.
Right.
Went to the 3rd floor, did an investigation there, didn't we?
Yes.
And that's when I got attacked, and it was through, I forgot his name, what was it called?
Raymond.
We got Raymond through, who killed his wife and didn't like women, did he?
Wow.
So I was trying to communicate with him and things like that. The next minute, I had a very severe pain in my back. And I was just constantly screaming in pain, because what he did, he murdered his wife. He stabbed his wife.
Stabbed his territory then?
I think what he was trying to do is trying to get into me as well. So as I was in so much pain, screaming, obviously Mox and his crew, they came to see, and they lifted up my top and found that I had a stab mark in my back.
Wow.
And that's how Raymond killed his wife.
And then after that, when he killed his wife, he took himself to the tower and then took his own life.
Yeah.
But
That's the worst one, because Amy saw it. She checked my back, didn't she? Because I had to go down the three flights of stairs, didn't I?
Yeah.
To get me out, because obviously I got 2 cobra as well. And I had a big stab mark in my back.
Wow. What about you, Richard? Is your name Richard? I'm not telling you. Yeah, what's your scariest experience then?
I can't really say about that.
Not really.
You've not had that pleasure yet.
Actually, yeah, you've had that one when we went
What's the
to...
strangest thing you've seen then?
In the room.
No, not the schoolhouse. The old floor. And
you're fortunate if you can't remember anything that's scary that's happened.
That's probably the worst one, when you went in and you were challenging on your own.
Yeah, that's you just remind me. There was a group of us that did one called the Old Boar's Head in Middleton, wasn't it?
Milton, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And it must have been about 2-3 in the morning when Shaz got took over.
You got took over again.
Oh, there you go, Shaz, I like you.
I got took over because Chris told me to move from the chair I was sat in to a different chair, and that's at that
you just
time,
zoned out.
I zoned out, but my whole right side of my body started burning up.
Oh,
And I
wow.
just started rocking backwards and forwards. And the people what were with us at that time at night, they saw my face change from as I am to an old woman.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I was coming out with all these things, weren't all these words and everything.
Yeah, you just wouldn't do nothing.
Paranoid.
Yeah.
So we all just got her outside, and Richard stayed in by himself.
Yeah.
So great, Richard.
Sounds in the demon, yeah.
Just leave Richard with the demon. Let's do it.
It's like, they don't know. See you later.
But, yeah,
You deal with him.
when we was there, we saw an orb come out of my mouth.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, whatever came inside me came out, and you saw it coming out of my mouth.
There
Yeah,
you go.
that was a horrible experience as well.
I bet you. So is that one of your most memorable then, Shaz? Is that one of your more creepier ones?
That's a more creepier one, and then obviously the Park Hotel.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I've had a few.
What about you, Chris? Do you get scared? Do you get scared, Chris? Because I notice in your videos I've not really seen you really scared yet. I've seen you get frights, but do you not really get scared?
Sometimes I can do, but I don't show it. You know,
Right.
You'll notice when I actually start getting scared, I start fidgeting and moving a bit more, or you know,
Right.
I'll get like dead, like on edge. Do you know what I mean? That's it. But yeah, I do. But I try not to show it, because the minute you show it, I believe they can sense that, and you know they'll jump on that, and then they'll use that against you, and that's it. It's game over.
The one that you did with Moxley in the haunted pub just last week, that was really interesting. You just thought that it was a bouncer, didn't you, that maybe died or something? Where I think, and they said that he was himself. I'm the only one in here, but I've got a completely different theory. I think there was 2 or 3 spirits there as well as the bad man. And I think they kept saying, hide, hide. And it kept chapping and things, giving you places to hide. And then they kept telling you like the dog and things. I think the bad energy, because he's a twisted soul, was trying to manifest himself as a dog to bite you.
Yeah, I believe so. I did pick up that, and I noticed in that video at one point Moxley noticed something on the outside.
Black shadow.
Black shadow, and it moved by the bar, and then it moved right past him, and then Moxley turned around and opened the door, and like I think he sensed something that night.
Yeah,
it was amazing to actually capture that on actually camera as well.
Yeah, I think the spirits were trying to give you hiding places, because if you notice, at first I thought they were trying to split you up. I thought they're trying to split them up, but then the more I watched it, the more I thought they're actually giving you hiding places. They kept saying hide, and then there would be attack somewhere, as if the spirits were trying to give you hiding places. That's what I kind of assumed from it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But I know for a fact in that place, I went down in the cellar on my own, and I heard something, and I didn't stay down there much longer, and I did actually crap myself, and I went back up there.
What do you think's happened in there then? It's a really old building though, is it not? Is it not quite old?
Yeah.
Probably just an old gentleman.
And you were walking, you had your camera facing backwards while you were walking, and they caught some like
that was in the
figure of a dog, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The old balls it, wasn't it?
On the second investigation we did on the and I left the camera like you know behind me, and it had like an honourable dog as well there, and that was
we felt uncomfortable on the second or third floor.
It's always the third floor. Don't know why.
Right.
All these buildings, it's always the third floor that seems the most active.
Probably because I think that the haunted or spirits, or the worst spirits, if you like, the energies that's good kind of push them up there though. They either push them down to the cellar, or they push them to the attic. When I've noticed a lot of times in people's investigations, you find that in the first couple of floors, it's just the normal spirits kind of welcoming you and hoping that you stay on that floor. And then the further you go up, it's like the worse the energies get. So maybe the good spirits try and make it that way so that they know that anything bad is staying within its own boundaries, you know?
Yeah, and then that's it. Come back to where you actually got attacked in that tower, didn't you?
Yeah, so I climbed the tower just to poke my head out of it to see what was there. Going up was not a problem, but as soon as I started going back down, I got this horrific pain in my left leg. And I couldn't put any weight or anything on it. And I thought, I've done nothing wrong. So as soon as I got down on steady ground, I looked and I had a large claw mark on my leg.
Oh, wow, there you go. So something just didn't want you up that top floor.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You find a lot of the time, though, that in these buildings, the spirits are trying to protect it, because if you've noticed that a lot of them have been ruined, they've been destroyed, there's been fires, there's been graffiti. So do you think maybe in the buildings, the spirits have just got like a, right, that's it, nobody's getting in type of attitude, and they're just trying to push everybody out when the building gets to a certain extent? Like nobody's getting in.
But you don't know who's been in there doing what, or opening up portals, or doing rituals, or sacrifices, on any, you don't know, you know what I mean?
You don't know what it's about, do you?
Sometimes we've actually found animals and like birds and stuff like that, and they could have, people could have actually used them and done a sacrifice on them.
Where's
probably?
Use possible. Use the Ouija boards as well.
Did we see that bird? It was the Three Sisters.
Three Sisters, yeah.
Yeah, the Three Sisters. That is a good place. That is one of our best places. It's never let us down for activity. But then we've got the schoolhouse as well, because we've had really good experiences in the schoolhouse.
It's Night Owls Paranormal. So, my son's just come in. He wants to say hello. You can say hello.
Hi there, you okay?
That's Liam. He sometimes comes out with me. He's only 14, but he's came out a few times with me. He likes going out. You just always got to be nosy, guys. That's it. So I've I've did a lot of woods. I'm a witch, as you probably know. So I get into the woods an awful lot. I get into the woods to collect things. I get into the woods to just calm myself back down. I get into the woods for loads of reasons. And I've never, ever felt anything negative in any of the woods I've ever been in. So I'm interested to know, I mean, I noticed it down your way, especially like Nottingham and different things. A lot of the woods are haunted. So what's your take in the woods and things down your way? Have you got anything peaceful?
I'll tell you one place that you will like, and that is the one where they've got the Devil's Grave. Alderley Edge. And it's got a lot of witchy stories about to it. Apparently, witches used to go there. And they used to do the sacrifices and all kinds of stuff in there. I must admit, one night we were there, and I swear we came across a ritual going on. But we could actually hear them in the distance, but we never went to find out.
Yeah, quite right. The thing is, though, guys, most witches are, I'll be honest, most witches, when they're getting in there to do their rituals and things, most of it will be for peaceful reasons, okay? In my opinion, the 99% of us go into the woods to do something peaceful. There is that 1%, honestly, there is that 1% that'll go in there. And it's mostly devil worshippers, to be honest with you, or Satanists or something. It's probably not just witches, whereas we get to blame everything, but it's probably Satanists or something.
No, you're probably right, actually. So, I do apologise. Yeah, so it would probably be...
No, that's okay. I don't take any offence, honestly. Don't worry about it.
I reckon it's probably Satanism as well, because a lot of...
Have you ever noticed when you walk up to these areas, though, that you think is a ritual site? Have you ever felt the energy build? Like you're walking up and you feel as if the energy's building. The more you're walking up there, that's... Do me a favour, next time you're in these places, look at the trees and things and tell me if there's any sigils on it. because I've noticed with a lot of the investigations that Moxley does, Haunted Finders and things does, that the energy seems to build the further they go into these woods. So as a witch, I'm curious to see if on the trees there's any sigils, there's maybe any witches' balls and things hanging out the trees, because you get your power, to let you understand, when you're walking up to ritual sites and things, when you're preparing for a ritual, you're preparing your mind, so you've got these different signs that make you empowered. So thinking along those lines, if this is a place where these witches go regularly and these Satanists go regular, the chances are there's going to be things to empower them in the way up to these spots. So I'm just curious to see if there is maybe sigils and things in the trees. Have you ever noticed any strange markings on any of the trees?
We have seen a couple of gashes in the trees, haven't we? That seemed a bit out of whack, haven't we?
Yeah. Come to think of it, yeah. I can't remember where they were.
I can't, but
no, top of my head. But Alderley Edge is probably
yes, Risley Hotel. Remember, we not Risley Hotel, the Risley Asylum. We noticed a few trees that had a couple of marks in them.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
So.
So a lot of witches will mark their spot as well, a lot of the time, because I was going to do some research on the witches' woods to see if I can trace if there is actual Satanists and things still use that spot. And in order for to find that, I would need to find their mark, if you know what I mean. And their mark, if it's somewhere that they use regular, they will have a sigil, which will be like their pack sigil or their coven sigil or something that helps you trace them back. So you're probably right, Rich. There probably is a sigil there somewhere that's to mark their territory. But I'm just interested because I've never ever felt anything negative in any woods I've ever been in. And it's strange to me.
Well, Pendle Hill, yeah. The woods is more.
Pendle Hill. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we love Pendle Hill. Yeah, I even wandered off on my own and I went further into the woods. And I was hearing all sorts of stuff on my own. I even started blowing the death whistle and everything. And
I'd love to go to Pendle Hill. Pendle Hill really is my dream spot to go to in England. That and Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest, sorry. What do you call it? I always get mixed up with that forest. Nottingham Forest. What do you call it? Dobby, what's the forest called again? You know what I'm talking about. Robin Hood is. Sherwood, yeah. Sherwood Forest and Pendle Hill's my aim.
Delamere Forest, yeah. We've not done that yet, but it's still on the list today. Yeah.
So what's your favourite type of location then? Do you like the old hotels and pubs? Do you like the just investigating like the small places like the caravan with the dogs? What's your place that you really like the best, or the woods?
I like all sorts. It's all depends, you know.
Yeah, variety.
Where you go and it's got the vibe, and you just know when you step into a place and you can feel the energy.
Different
you know,
and things
it's that's it. It's you just kind of know it's going to be a good one. You know.
So what do you think the majority of the hauntings are then? Do you think the majority of the hauntings are twisted souls, or just grumpy old men, or just normal spirits? What do you feel's out there, really, the three of you? What do you feel?
I think there's a battle between good and evil. And so I think you've got the good spirits and, you know, like ones that need help to cross over because they've got unfinished business and they've ended up not crossing over and they've ended up staying back. Either they've died a traumatic way or something kept them back. And I feel that then the darker energies are attracted to the light. And that's what I feel about that. You know, that's why you get the bit of good. A mixture of all sorts, So, the battle between good and evil. But,
It's just strange that, though, a lot of for example, why would a church be haunted? That amazes me that churches are haunted, especially when they're old churches. What do you think does that? Do you think it's because it's like a power trip, like, okay, these bad spirits are going to take over God's house, if you like? Do you think it's like some sort of ego that's a medal to them? or because it's so old land, or is it just convenience that yeah?
This is only my belief, and I feel that, you know, in a graveyard, there's only bad spirits in a graveyard. There's not good.
Right.
Because if anything, any good, you know, any souls that they've left their vessel, and they're either going to be with the families, or they're not going to just sit there in a graveyard and be there. I can't see that, but I feel that you've got like the horrible like demons eating on the flesh, and you know that kind of thing. But I don't know. I feel there's more. More in cemeteries than actually.
Is there anywhere that you have done keeps pulling you back? Is there anywhere that you keep thinking, I need to go back there, as if it's pulling you?
There is a few places, too many to mention, but we need to get down and do the Screaming House yet. We've got to do that because we've heard so much about that place, and that is on the to-do list as well.
Definitely.
We did one called the Artist House.
Oh,
It was believed that the owners, one of the owners died by a fire in there.
His wife.
His wife.
I've
forgotten her name now, but she died by a fire. And every time Shaz went there, she used to get like this affected again. Sickness. Right. She starts throwing up and being sick.
Because obviously when there's been a fire, you're breathing in all the fumes and everything. So you start coughing and choking, being sick.
Yeah.
And this is where, when I've been in there, the lady who died comes into me, and I start showing the effects as she died through coughing, choking, and being sick. And it's every time I go to that place, I always get the same effect all the time, coughing and choking. And, so she showed me how she's died.
Right.
So
easier.
What was the other place that Shaz got really sick at?
Schoolhouse.
I've
been many places and I've been very ill.
Yeah.
Been sick and everything,
You think it's one type of energy then that makes you sick? Because I don't think it would be just normal spirits, because you would be sick constant. Do you think it's like just a certain type of energy that is making you that way? Like, for example, my friend Michelle, she comes out investigating with me, and if there's a lot of spirits there, she's violently sick. If there's only one or two, she's usually okay. But you can tell when there's 3 or 4 around us because she doesn't handle it.
No, it's a bad thing when they say, like, when they tell you, you tell them to come to you, they don't, and they come to me instead, don't they?
Yeah.
I don't know, it sounds like negative energies.
Exactly.
Right.
It's strange, but
do you wanna?
Well, spirits definitely know your heart. I think that spirits know your personality. For example, if you've got a good heart and a good soul, I think when you go on location, a lot of the time the kids' spirits will be attracted to you because they feel that homely vibe. They feel the kind energy, you know.
Yeah.
It depends on the type of person you are, I think. What spirit will come to you.
Yeah, definitely agree with that. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Usually I just ask them. I mean, for example, I asked Mr. Mackenzie at Greyfriars. I wasn't interested in all the bad things he had done in the scratching people and such like. I wanted to know, when I asked him questions, why did he have to do these things? Why did he feel as if he had to scratch people? And he told me he scratches people because they ask him to. And it's true. Anybody that goes to Greyfriars always want Mr. Mackenzie to scratch them. And he told me that he just scratches them because they ask him to, which to me is pretty sad, is the fact that you're talking to a spirit way back from the 16th century. I think how many things you could get him to tell you, and all you want him to do is scratch it. Is that not such a waste of an investigation and of answers you could potentially get about how things were way back in the 15th century, 16th century, you know? So I think he respected that about me, the fact that I was talking to him on a human level. Have you ever came across any spirits that's like that, that's been really angry and you've managed to calm them down?
Yeah, many times, quite many times. And You know, I think they can get quite angry. You know, I think when we go to these locations, sometimes they want to know what we're doing there, and they get. This is what I feel. I feel like they're angry because we're there, and then this is it, innit? And once you explain and tell them we are here to try and get your story across and explain it, they seem to calm down.
Yeah, that's it. Mm-hmm.
So you got you got to tell them what you're actually doing there, and
welcome everybody. Sorry guys, I'm always too busy talking to the people. If you've got any questions, just put them in the chat and I will see them, guys, and I'll ask them. It's just that I do feel as if a lot of people waste an investigation with trying to wind the spirits and things up and get a reaction out of them. Because the spirits that don't want to get angry and they don't want to be negative spirits, will just hide until you go away. Whereas if you walk into a location, introduce yourself, tell them exactly why you're there. They know why you're there anyway. They're not silly. Then you've got more likely to get the best communication ever because you've been honest with them, you know.
Exactly, and that's it. And you know, I think if the more you're honest with them, like you say, the more they'll actually, you know, they'll do things and respect things, and you'll get them the most activity. And, I think that's one of the reason why we do get a lot of good activity because we always show respect.
I think that's why. As I think because you show them and they can feel your heart. They know that you are good people. I mean, I noticed that through your investigations, watching you like to introduce yourselves and things to them. That goes a long way with the spirits, that you're actually trying to make that connection with telling them your name and things, and you're not just jumping in saying, oh, hello, I'm here in your territory. Can you start throwing things about? Try and go back to being human, isn't it? Take them to that human ability.
And that's exactly right.
Yeah.
And that's what I feel, you know, and spirits know who to kind of work with and who not to. And do you know what I mean? That's it. That's exactly it.
So where's your favourite place you have been? Is there anywhere that you have been you have thought, I need to definitely go back there? That was amazing.
Favourite places? That would have to. We've got so many. So that's a hard question. Really hard.
There's so many places to choose.
So many places.
It probably would have to be the schoolhouse. Schoolhouse, or
top floor again.
Yeah.
Third floor.
Top floor again when I go back to school.
Was that the same schoolhouse that Moxley and Haunted Finders and things went to, where it's the bottom floor's all the kids and the cloakroom? Right. Yeah, that place is amazing, isn't it?
That is really good, And also that demon house. We've been there twice now, and up to now, that has been really, really good. There's something not nice in there. I don't know what it is, but we call it the demon house because of the negative energy, what just feeling there. And you get the feel of dread and just not nice. And there's,
what was that recent place we went to and Shaz and that girl seen that shadow?
That was another schoolhouse.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's another schoolhouse, and that was quite weird. Do you want to explain that when you were there last?
Because that was the third floor.
Yes.
Again, that was the third floor where we went, and we sat in the library, didn't we?
Yeah.
And obviously doing an investigation. Then we had some urban explorers who came in and joined us.
Right.
Told them everything what we were doing and everything, so they got interested, didn't they? So anyway, I ended up just leaving the room with one of the urban explorers. I've got a name now.
Me and Kyle went on.
And we're just outside, just talking outside the library. And this, I've got a name now. She's called Bell. She kept saying to me, "I can sense something near the stairs." So I just left her and everything like that. And she kept saying, "No, there's something there, Shaz." So I said, "All right then." So I just carried on talking. The next minute, she said she could sense it again. So we both looked. And as we looked, we saw this great big 6-foot black shadow walking towards us.
Oh God.
Everybody ran.
Oh no.
It was scary.
Run.
She got very emotional. Obviously, she broke down crying because
Yeah.
she's not witnessed anything like that before, you know. But
It can get scary, guys. Honestly, I don't ever make a fully or anything. Anybody that runs, because I've run a few times. I went to the Wallace Monument and got to the top of the stairs and a brick wall. It was as if a brick wall had hit me, and I about turned and went straight back down. I know that feeling where you just feel run and you know you have to run.
yeah,
So I
Yeah.
don't.
Just gotta
if you've
get
got
out.
to-
when it's a 6 foot big black shadow coming towards you, then yeah.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Even she started crying, didn't
Yes,
she?
and then
That's
she
what-
got emotional.
Really emotional, didn't she? Yeah.
Then I saw, just before that, I saw another big black shadow on the staircase because I thought it was Richard stood there, but it wasn't. Because she was in another
I
room.
remember you said that, yeah.
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 Well, I was downstairs, wasn't I?
Mm.
You
Like,
were
weren't you on the
above me.
stairs?
That's
But I
right,
saw
On
that
the
black
floor
shadow,
again.
yeah. Third floor again.
It's the energy that they bring as well, though. A lot of people say, "Oh, black shadow," but that energy when a black shadow is in the room is intense. You feel it. It's not just like a normal human shadow. There's that spark in there, isn't there? As if you know it's there. It's a presence.
But Andrew actually made this. He actually came and he actually stayed in the caravan. And
Well, the guys, some of your equipment, you've got some right cool boxes. Wait till you see
Yeah.
it. Is it you just got the skull? There's a
Yeah,
skull. Yes,
that's-
you know me.
yeah,
That's amazing.
it is.
So do you build these yourself, or is it somebody you got to build them for you, Chris?
Well, Andrew Francis, like I say, he built all the afterports, and I've never come across any equipment like it until
It's amazing.
It really is. It's next level stuff.
Yeah.
And, some of the stuff what we get, but we don't realise what it's actually said until we've actually gone back over the footage, slow it
It's
all
crazy,
down.
isn't it? It's so
And then you realise,
frustrating.
oh my God, you didn't just say that, did it? And then that's when you realise once you slow it back down, what's come out of it.
It's amazing.
Yeah. But
It's crazy that you don't ever hear it at the you hear little things like the guesses, maybe the 1800s or something, but the right nitty gritty stuff, you never hear it on location. You always hear it when you play it back, and it's so frustrating, isn't it?
That's it.
Times where we've heard voices come out of thin air.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not even come over a spirit box or anything.
No.
One time we were
Three Sisters. Is that?
and it's not a schoolhouse. There was
Yeah.
one time we were in a schoolhouse in one of the.
All right, hello, Mariah. I've not seen you for a long time. Hi, sis. Hope you're okay.
It's house in it.
Basically, we were upstairs in one of the rooms in the schoolhouse. Me, Chris, and Shaz. We were just changing the batteries on one of the cameras. And out of thin air, you hear this female voice saying, "Get out!"
Wow.
Looks at each other thinking,
What?
Who's just
Said
said that?
that. And there's no one else there.
Yeah. And
That is the best ones, isn't it?
to get out.
Yeah, yeah. In the
Think of the energy that takes for them to say that.
the
You know?
children.
To notice that woman got with a ball of fire, light ball. When was it? The apparition I found, and she's on the ball of light.
Oh yeah, that was
Things like
a really good one.
Yeah.
The spirit
I
was.
watched one today that yous were at a cemetery. It was a way back. It must have been about 6-7 years ago. And you seen the spirit stand there with an orb. It was as if they were standing and the spirit was pointing to its grave. Do you remember doing that?
Oh.
It was as if there was a spirit standing with a kind of orb and she was coming in and out. But I'll need to put it. I'll put it on my community wall, guys. Do you see this? And you see the shadow, and it's the shadow of the spirit pointing at its grave. Do you remember doing that? It was a way back, about 6-7 years ago on your channel. I watched it today, and you do see the spirit actually point.
Do you know what? It doesn't ring any bells, so I'm just wondering if I picked it up and what seeing that.
Yeah, you point it out on the video. I'll show you after this live. Yeah, I'll send you the link for it.
Yeah,
And you can see the shadow pointing to the headstone.
Ah, right, okay. But if it is
It's a way back. It must have been about 6-7 years ago on your channel. I'll send you the link for it. I was watching it earlier. It's amazing to see it pointing to its headstone. But
Oh,
it was strange because there was a spirit already in the picture. That's what you were filming, was this spirit standing there, and it looked as if they had an orb as a light. It was as if they were standing trying to make the orb light up for the spirit to point to its grave. It's an amazing video, guys. I'll put it on my community wall. It's a good one. You've probably just forgot because you've did that bloody mini, Chris.
That's what it is. I'm telling you. Yeah.
You need to check his channel, guys, honestly. And you've got a great variety though as well. It's not just like always.
Shaz caught that in that was at St James's Cemetery.
Oh, that's a good Jude. That's a cracker.
Yeah.
Wow.
Coming out the gravestone.
That is brilliant.
Yeah.
You can't argue with that. Look, it's not even got legs.
No.
Amazing.
Hello to everyone in chat. Sorry, I can't see the messages on
That's okay. Yeah, I've got one on my phone, guys. I'm not on the computer.
Nice. So yeah.
Welcome everybody. Oh, we've got a few in, guys. We've got 9 on YouTube. We've got quite a few. Remember, guys, and subscribe to Chris and his team. They're amazing, honestly, and you'll never be bored with videos. There's endless videos there. It's amazing. I'm just starting to get to know your little spirits in your caravan. So what do you do that weekly, or is it something you just do when you feel the energy build?
Well, we've not done it in a while because we've been going out doing locations. So
right.
We've kind of stepped a bit away from that, from doing the lives. And we're focused on mainly going out, doing investigations.
Has been okay.
Yeah.
It's always good to, welcome, Mike. It's always good to get out when you get the chance, though. I mean, as you know, in Britain, our winter's setting in, so a lot of us will not get out because of rain and things. So, yeah, definitely take the chance while you can.
If it's all right with Shaz and she doesn't mind, if you will go, because that investigation next week, you can actually stay in there if you want and
stay in the haunted caravan.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm quite brave enough for that yet, Chris. I think I'll meet the spirits first. I'll maybe do a wee 5 minutes meeting them, and then maybe next year.
Yeah.
I had to do it. I was told to. I had to do it.
Oh wow. So what do you feel then, Shaz, about the overall night? Do you feel as if it was as bad as you thought, or do you feel it was okay? What do you feel?
About the caravan, staying in the caravan?
Yeah, about your overnight.
It was an experience, let's put it that way.
Right. Do you think the spirits respected the fact? I mean, a lot of the times if you just tell the spirits and all that, look, I'm going to spend the night with you, and they'll maybe ease. And obviously, the spirits already know you. We get in and out the caravan. They know who you are. They're already family to you. So do you feel as if they maybe backed off and just gave you what you wanted, or do you feel as if they were just biding their time to get a moment?
I don't know. I don't know really.
Yeah, they probably know you, and they just wanted to talk to you. A lot of the time they're like family now. I've had them a lot of years.
It's like I'm the only woman on the team as well, so whether they want to come and speak with me, I don't know, make me feel relaxed.
Yeah.
But I was fine with it, I weren't scared, Yeah. I slept the whole night through it, and I was fine next morning.
What's the age group of the spirits then? Have you kind of figured out their age group yet? That's the dolls have got. Is it kids? Is it teenagers? Have you not really figured out their age group yet?
There's definitely a mixture of everything.
Yeah,
so,
you've got kids and you've got adults, haven't you?
Yeah. Well, it's definitely.
So what's next then, guys? Where's your dream location to go that you have not been yet? Where do you think?
America would be brilliant. Yeah, it would actually.
Yeah. Have you been to Scotland yet? Have you been up here?
No, not yet. We've not even touched down there at that base yet. But yeah, we want to do that.
Oh, you have to come up to Scotland, and I'll take you through the castles.
Scotland as well.
That's what I want to do. I want to do some castles in Scotland.
Yeah, that would be good.
So, yeah, for sure. You have to do some castles to add to your bucket list.
Yeah.
And then if we do, then we'll definitely come knock you up, and you can come out with us.
For sure. So it's the 25th, your event, Chris. Is it 25th next week?
Yeah.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
I'll definitely try and get down. I'll try and work something out to get down. Right, okay, so we're at the hour. So what we'll do, guys, is you get any questions you want to ask Chris and his team, and I'll shout them out for you. Let me see if there's any in chat.
Hi, Mike. Is it Shells?
Shelley.
Yeah.
Shelley.
Marjorie.
And Mariah.
Marjorie.
Hello, everybody on chat.
And hello to everyone else who's there.
There's Dobie as well. There is Nature's Journey. There is what else? There was quite a few in.
Hello.
Yeah.
Steve, Stefan as well. There's our Eva, Jack Evelyn. Yeah, there's a few watching, guys. There's David Jones. There's Christina Bell. Welcome in, everybody. If you've got any questions, let me know, and I'll ask the guys.
Intro to how I started.
Dobie had a question, sis. What's your question, Dobie? I'll put it back up for you. Let me see what Dobie said. What about the dolls earlier? Let me see if we can find it.
But yeah, Angela has actually been thingy on the. I'll send you a link to it. But she's actually been classed as a top 5 to like Annabelle haunted dolls in the UK.
That's what I was going to ask you. So what's that? That's what I was going to ask you. I didn't bring my writing pad down. You see, with the questions in it. So what's the deal with the doll in the box, like Annabelle? What's the deal with that?
That's Jessica. That one.
Right.
Yeah, she's like the Raggedy Ann. But she again is she's very active as well.
I know, it might have to be dolls. Dolls.
But yeah, that actually came from a museum. I got that from a museum.
Right.
And so
I had to look at it twice. I'm thinking, is that the real Annabelle? And I had to do a double take. Because it's so much like it, isn't it?
So much like it.
Energy's energy as well. I mean, the energy you could bring to something like that because of the fear factor of having the real Annabelle in your mind, that can give the spirits that power. You know yourself that there's a fine line between love and hate. There's a fine line between good and bad and things as well. And energy is energy. If you know how to manifest fear in a split moment like that, these dolls and things can pick that up, and it gives them the power each time. So even the thought of that, the scare it being Annabelle empowers that doll in that, you know? If you know what I'm trying to say.
But with Angela, we've actually caught this thing, and it says, it even goes, Angela, heartless demon inside her. It even says that in a full sentence, and it came out the ghost box. And it goes,
that's crazy, isn't it? How can you argue with that, you know?
Yeah,
do you feel it's a twisted spirit that's in it then? I mean, the chances are if it was a demon, it would have already did something by now. Right.
The way it said demon, it was like demon. Like
demon. Right.
So I'll send you the clip to it, and you can hear it clear as day. And I just tried to blank it out, thinking it did just say that.
I watched the one that you did with the doll. There's a doll that you had with a yellow rain jacket on. I'm not sure if you've still got it. And you were doing an investigation, and I don't know if it was the attic or not at the time.
The one with the yellow jacket? No, that went.
I was going to say that. Have you still got that? Because that had a lot of activity. You were asking it to make itself known, and the orbs and things were coming in and out it.
That's right, it did. But that was supposed to be a double ganger and all that, so I decided I had to go.
Have you ever had a doll? Have you ever brought a doll into your company that the other spirits and the dolls have rejected? Said things like, no, get it out. Like you feel as if that doll's not welcomed with any of the other dolls. Have you ever felt anything like that?
Yes, a few times, yeah. So I've had to separate them.
Right.
Yeah. So I've had that a few times. But yeah.
That's crazy, isn't it? That shows you that it's definitely spirited dolls then, isn't it? It's not just dolls that's
As
a
I
normal
call them,
doll.
dolls with souls.
Oh, Jackie said, what is the feeling you get from hearing all these dolls if they are all in one room?
It varies, you know. I think the more you have together, the more energies they pull together and they'll do more stuff.
So they'll be peaceful overall then, or you wouldn't probably keep them there, is that right? They're like more peaceful spirits. There's not anything really bad.
No, like I say, Angela's the worst.
Angela. Right.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah,
got a different
so-
name, hasn't she?
Yeah, she has to. She can't. Literally,
She can't be with any other doll.
no.
She
No.
Right.
teleported into the house, didn't she?
So, oh yeah, she teleported into the house once. She was in the caravan, and she somehow got back in the house, and don't know how. And the caravan was locked, and I was like puzzled how she got in. And
Wow.
one morning, she's in the kitchen.
That's like an Annabelle type of thing, isn't it? Just appearing out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Exactly, and I was like, how the hell has she
That's
got in?
Toby's question. Wondering how it feels if you have all the dolls in the same place. Does it get a bit intense?
It can do, because we've got most of all the dolls up in the attic.
Right.
They don't seem, sometimes they do come down and play, but a lot of the time we actually hear noises coming from the attic, innit?
Yeah,
We do,
footsteps,
yeah.
things like that.
Footsteps and all that.
Yeah, the chances are they may just be glad in each other's company and things as well. I mean, I don't know if spirits would always want to communicate with us humans anyway. They maybe just always want to hang out, do their own thing, and then if we want to go talk to them, then fair enough. So that kind of makes sense, doesn't it? That they just kind of hang out with each other until you're ready to talk to them.
Yeah, yeah.
Do they make noise and things to get your attention if you think that if they want to talk? Do they start
yeah,
getting really active?
We've had
Right.
things come off and flying off shelves and stuff like that, haven't we?
Yeah, we've got TV switched on, we've
Yeah.
got things falling on the floor.
You will speak to me.
One night, the PC turned on by itself and it started playing this creepy music. And all I just said, you can fuck right off. Do you know what? It turned off. It turned off, didn't it?
All right, Chris is in a bad mood, not tonight.
And that was about 3 o'clock in the morning when it's switching hours.
Yeah, it was. And it just come, it's the way it started playing really like creepy music. And you know, when I get scared or whatever, I'll just literally come out and I'll just say something like that.
I've noticed that, yeah. And YouTube are stopping everybody for swearing as well, so we'll need to come up with a different name, like Fluff or something. Or Fluff.
Yeah,
Because I'm the same, Chris. I swear when I'm scared.
you know what? It's just a natural instinct, I think, and
It is.
you know,
Uh-huh.
it is. It's like your body can't understand it, so it just automatically you come out with it, and that's it. It's like a fight. Your body goes into fight or flight mode,
Yeah.
and you
It's
just like, right.
Can't
you know,
help it. That's
yeah, you can't help it.
Emmy's got another question. Does it make a difference when you place them in a box? Does it contain them? It's not just the box that contains them, though. It's prayers and things and bindings that contain the spirit, isn't it?
Yeah, I was going to say it's definitely down to protection prayers. Probably the most powerful one is the Lord's Prayer.
Right.
Well, I still wouldn't try it with this thing because I think whatever's up, if that gets out of the box, I don't know. Yeah.
I wouldn't like to.
I wouldn't like to try and get it back in the box.
No.
Because it'd have to be something like sort of Jewish person doing it. Because I did do that once, and I opened a debut box and I tried to get it back in, and I don't think it's.
I don't think you can.
No,
I mean, Dybbuk boxes are basically a Dybbuk box is put for the guys that don't know what a Dybbuk box really is. A Dybbuk box is really just a container that's containing a spirit that's actually either been binded to that box or it's been binded to an item that has been placed in a box to contain it. So the chances are that the candle wax and things that's around it is the binding wax that they've done the ritual with. That's usually where the wax comes from, is like they've binded the spirit to say a crystal or something, for example, and put it in the box. And then most of the time we'll use a candle in our ritual. So the ritual candle is what you melt all over the box to keep it binded. So the chances are the minute if that wax even starts chipping off the box, it cannot potentially let the spirit out. So if you've got a fear that the spirit can get out the box,
Possibly,
I'd be scared because
yeah.
I know the potential.
It's 50-50, isn't it? Just have to try and keep it that way, but
Keep it waxed.
Put it in the box. Put it in the doll's box beside Annabelle. Keep it in there.
I was actually talking with Moxley about actually taking it to a haunted location and opening it, but
Right.
I don't think it'll be a wise thing to do. Thinking about it on the long term, I'm thinking,
You might get an attachment.
I'd be very careful.
And very careful. Yeah.
You could get an attachment. Whatever's in it could get yourself attached to it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Could be really, really bad or whatever.
So
We don't know what it is.
It's not
So
worth
now,
The only way you could really do it was for all of you to be protected and then open it. But the thing is, you're actually releasing that into the community. So would you really want something flying around? Put it this way, if you're going to do it, take it 50, 100 miles away from home, because you don't want anything like that just following you home or anything.
Well, you don't know. It could just literally follow you, can't it? It could not even.
We've had that.
Because how I know that spirit you don't have to just think it. It can be in another place in a second. So if you wanted to, it could show up in Australia or whatever.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where you are in the universe, they will actually.
That's it. It can fragment off.
So that's it, isn't it?
It's just not worth it. I don't think.
No,
it's
definitely not worth it. No, it doesn't matter where you go. Or going down underground, and you could open it, and it's going to attach to you. Yeah. It'll attach to you.
It's just worrying. It's because of the potential that could happen. I mean, probably 90% of the time, nothing will happen. But it's the potential of that other 10% is something following you home, possessing you, or just totally destroying you, and you don't even know it's there.
Exactly.
Well, that was it, because I opened the last one, and then after that, a year later, I ended up having a big heart operation, heart surgery. Could it be down to that? Or could that be down to just whatever? So you don't know, do you? You know, it can cause all kinds of stuff, even though
ill health and all that.
You can't exactly.
You just don't know what.
So sometimes it's sometimes.
I mean, we do it because it's our hobby and we love paranormal. We don't want to do it because we want to push the boundaries and get attachment and things. That's the way I look at it. You know, it's like I like to communicate with the spirits, find out their story. Is there a story they want to say? Is there something that's keeping them stuck here? You know, that's the way I do it, guys. You are probably the same, just to see, just to test the boundaries and what is actually all out there.
Yeah.
So I've got another question, getting away from the paranormal for a moment. What about these UFOs that you spotted away up in the sky when you were at that, is it Dead Man's Hill or something? Suicide Hill, I don't know, somewhere that was really steep, and you spotted some UFOs in the sky. Can you remember? That's going back about 5 years as well.
Yeah.
That's amazing footage of UFOs.
I know, wasn't it? It was really mad, that all them UFOs and stuff. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But I do like all that kind of stuff as well, because it's still classes. You know, it's still classed as paranormal because no one explain it. So you know, we've actually seen.
Thanks, Mariah.
We got a video sent to you the other day.
Yeah.
And I'll have to send it you. And it's really interesting. And you look on this roof, and you'll see something like on this roof. Then it disappears, and a light appears up in the sky, and there's no reason for that light to be there, but whatever that is. So in my theory is, as that thing being beamed up by that, as that teleported, it's like
that's it. Mm-hmm.
you don't know because it looks like it's camouflaged, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And
Right.
see-through. So I reckon that was an alien.
Right. Yeah, it could be. I mean, everybody says, oh, aliens don't exist, this or that. But see the footage and things that is out there just now, the people and the experiences and things, there's more and more people coming forward because they're feeling confident enough because there is more out there. You just need to turn on the news most days as well, especially
Well,
the American news, and you see it.
Well, they've actually thingy, haven't they? The government and all that. They've actually found evidence that the actual, that they exist, the extraterrestrials, and they
Yep.
can't hide it no more because everybody knows and are awake to
Yeah.
what's
Too
going
many mobile phones.
So
That's it. Mhm.
exactly. So people have all seen things and witnessed things in the sky, and you can't explain it.
Yeah.
And the government can't hide it no more.
That's it.
And
That's it.
that.
Mhm.
It's like the one in down near London. Is it Noosh? Not something Forest. And there's supposed to be like a UFO monument there.
Right.
And back in the 80s, they tried to cover that one up because there was an army base there, and
Right.
this alien ship apparently appeared there, and then it shot right off afterwards.
Wow.
And afterwards, the government even put a monument of a UFO there because they couldn't cover it up anymore.
Well, there you go.
They tried, but it was funny afterwards. That base actually moved. And
Was that the American base? Was there an American base or something? Was it an American one? The base?
It was in
Was
the
it a
UK.
British one? Right.
The British, like Area 51. But
Right.
They shut it down afterwards, and I'm trying to think what it's called.
Oh, there's quite a few, Chris. I mean,
Relsham Forest or something like
right.
that. Relsham. But yeah.
I've worked for a couple of research teams. I was working with Parachills, and then I worked with Bold and Bonkers. And what we do is we research cases and things. A lot of people will send us cases, and we'll go research them and see if there's any good claims behind it. When we were with Parachills, especially, what we would do is we would research things, find people to interview and things like that. So it's definitely out there. More and more every day, people send you videos and things of different things they can't explain. Which brings me to my next question, and one of my last guys, to be honest.
Right.
Have you ever seen anything such as Sasquatch, any werewolves and things? Have you ever came across anything like that in the woods?
No, yes. I won't say it was a Bigfoot, but
Right.
something happened when my dad lived in this place called Gorse Covert in Warrington, and
Right.
I used to go down there when I was a kid. And one night, where my dad was, he had a floodlight on the house, and there was like woods going straight into the back of the garden. And I heard this howling one night, and I looked out the window, and I saw this like beast in a like, and it just shot off into the woods dead fast.
Right. Well, I already asked him it was a scary experience, sis. You'll see it when you play it back, missus. Okie doke.
Yeah. So another thing was there was a story about that in the community. We're saying that all the cats were going missing.
Wow.
And one of them actually did their thing in looking for the cats, and they came across all these cats' heads.
Cryptids, sis. That's the word, cryptids. Dobie's just asked, have you had any encounters with cryptids? That was the word I was trying to find instead of Sasquatch. Yeah, because there's more and more claims down your way as well about things like that, about different things that's in the woods. So that's another thing. See, I've always just thought along the lines of paranormal, ghosts and spirits and things. It's not until the last couple of years that I've started doing research, started speaking to people such as yourself, that they realise that there's other things out there more than spirits. So it's interesting to see if established paranormal teams such as yourselves have came across things like that.
This has been affected and no one's touching it. And
There you go.
there you go. So
Maybe Angela wants to say hello. Is there any spirits want to say hello? Maybe they'll come through and we'll hear it when we play it back.
Is this Angela? Angela, are you here with us? Could you flash the skull's eyes if this is you? Is this Fred, my guide? Are you here? Or is it something else?
I think they've gone camera.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
There we go. Yeah.
Is there something wanting to say hello? Are you wondering why there's a Scottish accent in Chrissy's living room tonight? Are you curious to see what's happening?
What's her name?
Drew.
Drew. I've got that footage here that was sent of that light that appears above that building.
Yeah, let me see it.
So, I don't know how good the footage is, guys, so you'll have to bear with me.
Oh, we can see it. That's okay.
This here,
Oh,
there's no floodlights above that pole. That's just a telegraph pole.
oh wow, you've seen that flash.
You see here, there's something on the roof there.
Right, oh yeah, you do see that. You see the shadow. Yeah, you definitely see there's something there right at the very end.
And then, there you go.
Oh wow, there you go. That is yeah, you can definitely see the orb first, and then you see there's something standing on the roof. That's amazing. Great stuff.
We do catch quite a lot of stuff, don't we?
We do catch a lot of stuff, don't we?
Yeah.
I think it's because you've got good personalities. You've got nice. That's why I follow Haunted Finders, Moxley, Nighthawk's Paranormal, Ghosts on Trent, Amy, Shadowhunters UK's, because all you guys, and you included now, have all got great personalities. You're down to earth people, and the spirits, welcome in Slim, and the spirits know this, guys. They know the people that's out there that's got good hearts and genuinely want to talk to them and interested in them, and not just their YouTube channels for views. Spirits aren't stupid. They know this. They know who the good people are and who aren't. Yeah. That's why a lot of people won't get communication. It's amazing to talk to you guys, and I hope that this isn't the last time I speak to you. I hope that we can get to do this next week, especially on the 25th as well. Is anyone want to grab the link and share it out? I'm on my phone, guys.
Yeah, it would be absolutely an honour to come down and do the investigation with us, and it'd be absolutely brilliant. And I'd
love to meet you. Honestly, these are on that list now, the same as Amy and Moxley and Haunted Finders and everything. I'll probably meet you first, because I'm definitely trying to come down next week. I'm trying my hardest to work it out to get somewhere to stay, and because what I want to do is, if I'm going to be in Manchester meeting you guys and things, I'll see if maybe Amy's going to be around the next day or something, and I'll hang around, see Amy, even if it's just for a cup of coffee or something. No, just an investigation, and then I'll get the bus back up, and then I'll
even mention
another time.
And try and get Amy to come along to the investigation as well. That would be amazing.
Yeah, it'd be great to meet everybody. Sure will.
I'll leave that with you, to talk to her about that if you want. And
yeah, sure.
Yeah.
We'll definitely get it organised, guys. Welcome in, Ghost Tracers.
Yeah.
Well, it's been great talking to you. Before we do go, tell us what's coming up in the next week, Chris. Tell us what we can expect for your channel in the next couple of weeks. What's going to be happening?
We've got the Gilderbrook coming up on the Tuesday.
Yeah, we've got the Gilderbrook coming up on the Tuesday. We've even got a one that I'm working on at the moment. Before we went and did a previous investigation in there,
right.
And there is one when we're on live as well. We did it live, and that's when we knew there was spirit in there. So we know it's definitely haunted. So yeah, Shaz was filming in the snooker room, and she caught this red orb, and it was weird. Oh. It was, I'll get a chance to show you.
Definitely.
Right.
You got to play at the beginning.
So.
Yeah, a lot of people will no give it orbs acknowledgement, but to me that's you dismissing half your evidence if you'll no acknowledge the orbs. Because let's face it, that's half the time that's the only way the spirits can show themselves.
Here we go. you'll see it, and it flies right up.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I've seen it. That's a good tune. It's a good clearing as well.
There you go.
Yeah, it's a good clear one as well. It's not just one. Yeah. I think if you know your orbs, if you know a difference between an orb and moisture and things, definitely point it out in your videos, because half the time that is, like you did, Chris. I mean, that couldn't get over the way you did it. You're like, show me a sign you're here. And then the minute you said that, the orb came out that doll. And then the spirit box said something like, I just did something. Well, I'm not saying that was the exact words, guys, but it was something like, I just did, like, I'm here or something. And I'm thinking, how can you do that, you know?
Yeah, exactly. It's just amazing. It blows me away every time when.
I think it's amazing. I like teams like your guys that get the evidence, and they're not just scared to get evidence that's simple, if you like, without the demon word being mentioned every 5 minutes, and without expecting tables to fly and things. I mean, you and Moxley, for example, in that haunted pub last week, you could pure tell that the energy was trying their hardest to communicate with you, and you felt it. So how can you argue with that? You know, the two of you were feeling the exact same thing and hearing things the exact same minute.
Exactly. That was it. It was
great.
It was great. It was a frightening experience, but it was great at the very same time. And that skull's going off.
That's what he wants to talk.
Maybe he's come back with us. Who knows?
Who knows? But it is great to see that you've never gave up through the years, Chris, and it's good to see you finally get a bit of recognition and things as well, and going out with Moxley and things like that. It's good to see that you're finally getting into the community and getting your name and things out. I love seeing that with teams, because I mean, it is hard to get out there. It's hard to grow a channel, and it's brilliant me as somebody starting out to speak to somebody like you that's been in it for all these years, you know, and it gives me encouragement to keep going.
That's it. You do. You gotta. You know, sometimes you think, you know, is it worth it? Or, you know, and all that, because of, you know, just things that happen. And you've got to just literally carry on and, you know, keep going. And you know,
thanks,
you've got to take the good with the bad and just keep going. That's all I have to say. You know, don't let anybody try and stop you from doing what you want to do, and you know, just ignore negativity and go with the positivity, and just keep going and keep plodding on doing it.
Yeah, it's great to see you getting out there. So I'm glad that in the next couple of weeks that you've got. So what's your Halloween special? I noticed, is that the one that you're going to be? Is you going to be filming on your ghost hunt for your Halloween special, or is that a separate thing?
We're not too sure yet. I think it might be the Demon House, or it's going to be either the Demon House or the Three Sisters.
Brilliant. There we go, guys. Something to look forward to.
Or it might not even be that. It might be this location that we're going to this Saturday. And that's saying no.
Spirit, what to say something?
Yeah. So
hi, Spirits. My name is Andrina. My friends call me Drew. I'm here tonight to talk to your good host, Chris. Is that okay with the Spirits in Chris's home if I speak to him?
And did you think about my channel being camera 2? At the moment, I've got a long.
Yeah, put your links up, guys. I'll definitely. My mods have been putting them up in the chat, but what I'll do is I'll go grab your link and things, Richard, and I'll get it up into the description as well.
Yeah, because we want to try and get Richard up, so he's got like 1,000 subscribers as well. Then he can go live on locations as well.
Brilliant.
So if you know. That's if we've got signals and stuff sometimes like that. You know, I tend to just do pre-record.
Thanks, Eva.
Yeah.
Evie's got their channels out, guys, and that's what we'll do then. Well, it is nearly that hour and a half, guys. It has been brilliant talking to you. I can't wait to see everything that's coming up. It's going to be really good keeping an eye on you and things from now on in, because you're amazing. You do deserve a wee bit more subscribers and things you've got, especially how long you've been pushing it out there, Chris. So and you've never lagged on it. You've always just did it.
So I'm going to do more stuff with Danny and Moxley and
Uh-huh.
hopefully Amy as well in the future, and do more collabs as well. And you know, it was great when we went to the mental asylum as well. And we met up with Ghost and Trent, and we've done that as well.
Ming's paranormal.
Ming's was.
Oh, Ming's good, yeah, Ming as well. I'm going to talk to Ming in a couple of weeks. I'm just waiting till everybody's a wee bit less busy, and I'm going to get Amy and things all back up as well to talk to them. I'm actually hoping that I can talk to Amy, Moxley, and Danny all as in the one live one night to see their take on a few places and things. So even if you want to come along and things like that, we'll start doing screen.
Definitely we'll jump on and
Give your points of view.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
I must admit, we have got a great community, and we just can't thank you all enough, and you know, for being great supporters, and you know, over the years, and all our supporters who support us, and just can't thank you all enough. And we really appreciate it. That's why we keep going as well, to get more stuff, and you know, that keeps us going. And you know, for everyone,
it's good to see a team finally keep going, because a lot of the time teams do gear up, and they do gear up on their channels. So I love it when I can interview somebody that's got a channel that's as old as your guys. He's 7 and 8 year old, because it gives us a perspective as the interviewer to how far you've came along. And it's amazing how you have built your team and built your caravan with the haunted dolls and things. I think it's great, and I look forward to seeing what else is coming up, guys. Okay. So this is not the end, this is the beginning.
So maybe we'll have to look at that and do some more lives then as well on the side, and try and find a day in the week and I'm not so busy.
Definitely.
And and do that, and then you can all jump on the live, and
my guys would definitely be interested in them. A lot of them have been talking about the haunted dogs, so I think that's what they're going to be watching on your channel, guys, is the activity with the dogs. Guys, definitely watch it, because it's great activity. Honestly, it shows you that the dogs are spirited, and it does show you that the dogs are loved as well, that they're not just dogs that's thrown in a corner after the live stream, you know, like a lot of the places are. So it's great that you gave them a place in your home to have a place where they can now rest and decide if they want to be spirited dogs or pass over. So I think that's amazing, guys, that you have gave them a place to just be spirits, to be honest.
Well, and that's it, and to give them a rest, because I think you need. I think like you can't just keep working them all the time, and I mean they need their time, and they've had a good break now. So since we've been doing what we've been doing,
that's probably why they're coming through the skull. They're probably like, right, okay, Chris, let's talk.
That's it. Again, would you like us to do more streams in the caravan and the attic? If you do spirits, if you're there, could you let us know by flashing that skull, or doing something like that, or
that'll go all the time.
Missing you.
It will. Or could you turn that meter off on the table if you would like us to do more? We're probably not doing it now.
They will communicate though, guys. Well, I'm going to end it for tonight. Thank you everybody for talking to me. It's been a pleasure talking to these guys, honestly. And as I said, this isn't the end, it's the beginning. I hope I can finally get you know, honestly. I will be aiming for coming down next week, so I look forward to meeting you, okie dokie, and talking more.
Absolutely fantastic to meet you as well.
Yeah,
we look forward to it.
Take care.
Thank you guys for coming tonight. And everybody, as I said, subscribe to Night Owls Paranormal, please. Thanks everybody for coming, and I'll see you all soon. Okay?
See you soon. Bye.
Bye guys. Bye. Bye.
Bye. Don't forget.